Welcome to the Bushido gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to the semifinals of my draft league, the Bushido gang draft league. So, for the semifinals, it's actually two games. So for the first game, this is my match against the Dubai Dragapults, coached by DNNP. And then for the second game, we're going to be talking about the Farmington for Alligators versus the New Mexico Ludicolos. I was actually going to do this with Homie, but it seemed like he's just kind of busy at the moment, so I decided to just do this on my own. So yeah, before we get started with this breakdown, with these breakdowns of the semifinal matches, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also, follow me on my Pokemino and check out my Smogon profile. All those links will be down in the description. Also, I just want to say again, like I've already said it multiple times already, but seriously, thank you to all the players that participated in this league and made it possible. Like I'm just glad that this went successfully, honestly. Everyone got to play pretty much, and like no one actually like left last second or anything. So I'm honestly just proud of you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna break down my game against DNNP. So DNNP, or DMX, he has a really good draft. He has one of the best drafts out of like everybody in the league. Just because like he has really solid a really solid defensive core in having stuff like Toxapex plus like Celebi, or even Toxapex plus Rotom. So he has ways to deal with my rain in Celebi, and also in Toxapex. He can also like trace my Swift Swim with Porygon 2 as well. So there's a lot of options that he had. And honestly, the way how I prepped for him, I felt like I didn't prep hard enough for him. But I digress. I will talk about what I had. So basically, I have this reunique list that has pretty much no, that's pretty much just all psychic. That's just all psychic attacking one. So it just only has psychic and Psyshock and Life Orb. Then I have a Choice Scarf, Hydreigon, which had Head Smash, which was there to deal with the Rotom, which he actually didn't bring Rotom. So I was surprised by that. Because Rotom was actually pretty good against me too, since it would be able to break through my Blissey pretty easily, and my other defensive walls. So I tried my best to prep for that thing, but I guess maybe he didn't really want to risk rain, so that's why he didn't bring it, which makes sense. Then I have then my Blissey is just gonna be like a standard Blissey with boots. Then I have rocks on my Marowak. Granted, I didn't even really get to put them up, and then I have Ditto to revenge kill with opposing, or to revenge kill maybe his Mimikyu or even his Dragapult. And then I have my own Pelipper, which is just going to be like its own like sweeping kind of one. Actually, it's just Choice Scarf. I think I made it Choice Scarf. But yeah, again, like I said, DMX, or DNNP, he definitely prepped hard for me. But we're gonna dive into this game, so let's do it. So turn one, he leads with Dragapult as I lead off with my Marowak. So when I saw the Dragapult lead, I didn't really know how to feel about it. Like usually, like actually, no. Okay, well, okay, well, when it comes to Dragapult leads, like usually I'm not too sure what they could be. And granted, like it's draft league, so I have no idea what he could be bringing. But I felt like Marowak was the best lead because Marowak definitely put a lot more pressure on him than like Hydreigon would, which Hydreigon definitely would have since it is Choice Scarf. But unfortunately, my Hydreigon does not have, I'll just say it doesn't have Dark Pulse. It has Draco Meteor, so I can only hit Dragapult, and that's it. I mean, I have like T-Wave, Draco, Head Smash, and then U-Turn, but granted, all I can do is literally just, Draco with Hydreigon. So honestly, that would have been a better lead, but I was kind of thinking that maybe he'd lead either Cobalion, or he would lead with maybe, like I thought Cobalion would be the best lead for him. That's why I led Marowak like this, but he made the more aggressively being Dragapult. So I'm not too sure what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna switch to Blissey as he goes for the U-turn, and it does a lot to me. So from that U-turn damage, that definitely told me he was Choice Bandit. So when I saw Choice Bandit, I was just like, oh, I'm about to get fucked up. But yeah, that U-turn did a lot. So I was just like, okay, so how do I play around this Bandit Dragapult? And I pretty much have to go into Marowak as he goes for the rocks right now. So the rocks are up. He goes into Celebi as I go for the rocks of my own. So now what I do is I switch into Hydreigon as he's going to go for the Toxic on me. Now, I don't know. I think Toxic was just a really good mid ground because I mean like I don't have any. I didn't bring Magneton, so I didn't have a Toxic absorber. I mean I did have Reuniclus. I probably could have went Reuniclus, but I can't really hit the Celebi back. So that's the thing. I don't have any kind of setup on this Reuniclus. It's just two special attacks or two psychic moves and then like recovery and then I think T-Wave. So I really couldn't touch the Celebi like I wanted to. Had I had like Shadow Ball, then maybe this would have been a lot better. But the Toxic definitely hurts me. So now with my Hydreigon getting Toxic, I can't really play around the Celebi like I want to. So now I'm pretty much forced to just U-turn out, as he can just easily go into the Cobalion on the Yui, as I do go for the Yui. So I had Yui there. Yui doesn't do anything. I go into Reuniclus now, and now I can throw out some really strong Psychics or Psyshocks as he goes for the Volt Switch. So he's gonna go into the Volt Switch and scout for whatever I do. Get the rocks up on the P2 and it gets chipped, and here comes Psychic doing 26%. So that P2 is fully SPDEF. That is a fully specially defensive Porygon 2 to be able to take Psychic that well from my Life Orb Reuniclus. So yeah, with him being fully specially defensive, it was actually very difficult for me to break through him. It was very, very difficult. So I go for the side shot. I get just 38, so that's not that bad. But he can just keep doing this the whole time. So we just keep doing this for a couple turns. So now he switches into the Pelipper, or now switching to Pelipper on the Dragapult. And he goes for the darts, and that's going to be a dead. Wait, hold up. Did I skip something? I think I might have skipped something. Okay, no, I teleported. I teleported with the Blissey. Or no, he teleported on me, predicting my switch. So now I go into Pelipper as I have no switching for this banded Dragapult, so I just let it die. So there goes my Pelipper. So Pelipper is dead, and my only switching is Marowak, or actually Ditto, so I could try, like take advantage of this. But it doesn't really work out because Toxapex is there. I go for the Sucker Punch in case he wanted to try and like have that 1v1, but like in the position that I was in, I don't think it really made too much sense. Like he literally has everything covered. Like he has his Dragapult, he has his own Ditto answer being Porygon 2, which also covers like in case Ditto wants to like try to copy the Dragapult or whatever or anything else. Like he has answers for that. So again, he's a very smart player. Like he knows what's up. So I bring in the Blissey now. On the Pex coming in, so he goes for the knockoff, and there goes my boots. So now my boots are gone, which means that Blissey's going to take rock damage now. I go for the T-Wave, which is going to paralyze the Pex, but now he goes for a T-Spike, and my stupid self goes into Ditto as he brings in the Cobalion. Oh wait, no, I soft bowled here, but I think I went Ditto here because I wanted to try and defog. I think I wanted to try and defog, but he had no defogger anyway. Let's see, I go for the T-Wave again. And yeah, I think this was the play that I switched out and went to Ditto, and then I got poisoned. So again, he pretty much like caught all that. So now that I'm poisoned, I can't even remove like hazards, and he could also go back into Pex and take the T-Spike if I did go for it. So I go into Reuniclus, goes for the Volt Switch, and it's just pressure on pressure. Like there's really nothing I can do against him. So he goes for the darts, it's gonna kill me, and there goes my Reuniclus. So Reuniclus is down. Here comes Hydreigon. I can Draco this, but he can easily go into Cobalion and just take whatever I go for. So I do go for the Draco. It does a lot, but it's not enough. And plus Toxic plus Rocks are just gonna rack up on Hydreigon even more. So now Ditto can come in here as he goes for the CC, and I pretty much just let my Ditto die to poison. So yeah, honestly, this was just a tough matchup. Nothing I could have done. Literally nothing I could have done. I don't think I even got a kill. I go for the knockoff, I think, on the switching. Yeah, I go for the knockoff. It does a lot to the Celebi, but he could Giga Drain or Psychic here or even recover. So I kind of predict him to recover here, as he did go for the recovery. So he goes for the recovery. I go for the Yui, but again, P2 comes in and just takes the hit. So I believe I did go for it, or I went for Draco. I T-waved and I missed. I think I would T-wave in case he wanted to go into Cobalion. I think that's why I made that play, or even going to Mimikyu. That way I would have had some kind of leeway with P2, or with Marowak. But yeah, it doesn't really work out. And I go for it again. I miss again. He recovers. So yeah, this was just a hard matchup. Like I said, there was not much I could do. Like he literally played me with the Dragapult. The Dragapult just went crazy. The Dragapult went crazy. I can't win with Blissey or even Marowak. Marowak gets 2 KO by this anyway. So yeah, Blissey dies in 2. And I go Marowak. I hope I can live at least 1 hit. But I don't live it, and that's gonna be the game. So GG to DMX, captain of the Dubai Dragapults. He's gonna move on to the finals, and I fall out. So yeah, again, it was a good game. I mean, it was just a tough game in general. These ads are annoying. Ads, man, ads. Hopefully that stops. Okay, good. Yeah, like I said, I literally got nothing I could do here. Like, I don't know what I could have done differently to really like come, or what I could have done differently. I think I just had to like have a better build. Again, I should have prepped harder for him. But yeah, that's gonna be that. So now let's move on to the second game for the semifinals, which is the New Mexico Ludicolo versus the Farmington for Alligators. So looking at the matchup, well, usually, okay, so going by play styles of how both these players are, Ed is more of he's more of like a bulky offensive player. Like he likes to have his walls with him. While King Eevee just goes like balls to wall offense. So I was actually surprised when I saw this. Like looking at this now as I'm seeing this for the first time, like I've actually never really seen him use Corviknight that much. Like, he's probably used Corviknight maybe, like, once or twice throughout this whole season. So, it was very interesting to see it here. Or it's very interesting to see it here now. I guess maybe he needs it as a way to deal with Como, I guess. Maybe that's why he brought it. The Hackstress is going to be pretty cool. Usually, he likes to run his Hackstress Bandit. So, I could probably see the same thing happening here again. Bandit Hackstress really just messes up Ed's team anyway. So, if he does bring the Bandit Hacks, then cool. Because again, Bandit Hack still outspeeds this whole team anyway. The Reboot's also pretty good. He could definitely just pivot around if he wants. Weezing is his only T-Spike user, or is his only T-Spiker, so he'll probably just try and get some T-Spikes up. And that'll probably help out with the Hackstress and also the Reboot. The Sneasel, I don't think Sneasel's going to do... Well, actually, it's not that bad. It can deal with half his... Or actually, it deals with like 4 things on his team. Unless the Braviary's like Twist Scarf, then maybe not. The PZ is always going to... The PZ, usually he makes it like Specs. So I could probably see the same thing happening here. Now Ed again, he has some very cool stuff. Or I mean, he can do some pretty cool stuff with this. He could go straight up offense and have like SD on everything, or SD on the Scissor, or SD on the Incineroar, or it could be like a bulky pivot. And then maybe like a offensive Como. He has 2 hazard setters in Como and Palisand. So either the Palisand's the rocker, or it's Como. But either way, or I mean, in one way, one of them is going to be offensive. So this will be interesting. Also the Slowbro. The Slowbro is probably just going to be pivoting around just to take like hits from Haxorus. So, but if Weezing does get that T-Spike up, then it's not going to really take 2 Bandit Outrages. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm very curious. All right, so turn 1, the Farmington for... Oh, crap. Hold on, I'm so sorry. The Farmington for Alligators started off with the Sneasel, and the Ludicolo left with the Incineroar. So the Weezing is going to come in here for Alligators on the CC. So interesting. So they wanted to go pretty aggressive. Here comes the Bro on the T-Spike. So yep, he does get the T-Spike up, which is really good because that does help with the rest of his team. He is going to get the Psychic off, and that's going to do a lot. Actually, I'm surprised that Weezing even looked that hit. He goes for the Pain Split to get recovery. What? So he wants to keep this low so that way Hackstress can clean. Yo, he's probably going to bring the Hackstress in now. No, Sneasel. Okay, that's still good because he can knock off here too. In comes the Incineroar on the knockoff. And Knock is going to get rid of the boots. So now the Incineroar is weakened. In comes the Reboot on the Yui. So Yui's going to come in here. And now in comes the Braviary. So Braviary is going to get HJK to the dome. And that does a lot. Oh my gosh. But there goes the Soccer Mom. So there goes the Reboot. But now this Corviknight is just going to come in here and be able to beat down this Braviary, since he could just take whatever hit. Actually, just going to die to the Rocky Helmet. It's Iron Defense? What? Oh shit! Yo, King Eevee's going crazy. What? Here comes the Ruse. So what happens here? Is he gonna go for like a Willow Blitz? Okay, that does a lot. So, and he gets the burn too. That is tough. That is very tough. That is very, very tough. Um, but I don't know if another one will knock him out. Okay, the burn might take him out though. I think, yeah, the burn does take him out. But after the recoil plus poison, there goes the Incineroar. So Incineroar's gone. Now in comes the Sneasel who could knock off here, and that bro is gonna get messed up. There goes the lefties, and here comes the Scald. Scald is gonna do a lot, and there's a burn too. Wow, that is tough. All right, so there goes the bro though. So bro's pretty much dead. Well, not yet. It's pretty much gonna live because of the burn. So there goes the bro, pretty much just taking every hit. Throw chop does a lot, but not enough, and there goes the Skull. So there goes the Sneasel. So now in comes the Hackstress now. So Hackstress is gonna try and clean this up, but I don't think it's gonna be possible because of the Scizor. The Scizor will be able to just like revenge this and probably just go for like an SD or just bullet punch. But yeah, that poison sucks, or that burn sucks. Like the double burn really hurt him, or really hurt King Eevee. So because of that, he's gonna have a lot harder. He's gonna have a much harder time breaking through these guys. I think it's still possible, but again, let's just see what happens. So Palisand's gonna come in here, and it's gonna get toxic, so that's gonna be good for them. Here comes the Outrage. That does a lot, but here comes the Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball's gonna do half. So there goes the Hackstress getting like cut in half right there from that Shadow Ball, but there goes the Outrage. So there goes the Palisand, and he's locked into 2 hits. So that means that Bullet Punch can come in here and knock him out, and there goes the Hacks. So Hackstress is gone, and here it is. Let's see if PZ can do it. PZ almost killed the Scizor. What the fuck? Oh no. Oh no, that is so tragic. Wow. That is so tragic. Sheesh. Yeah, Ed robbed him. Ed robbed him from this game. Damn. That's tough. That's tough. Wow. Wow, that was a good. I mean, like, despite the hacks going on, this was actually a pretty good game. Like, it was pretty much like, you know, a hit for hit kind of game, which is again the kind of game that King Eevee likes to play. And same with Ed to some extent. But yeah, like, sheesh. I'm just very surprised by like how well like King Eevee played this. Like, again, I kind of expected him to be like fully offensive. I mean, he did pretty much. But for one, I did not expect that Weezing to live that psychic. Like, that was insane. That was a very fully Spadef Weezing. But wow, definitely, like I said before, or like I said at the beginning of this, like, I knew that T-Spikes were going to be pretty good here for him. So like, he made the right call bringing the T-Spike Weezing though. I definitely agree with that. But yeah, Ed robbed him. Ed robbed him with those burns. But that's just Mons. That's just the way we play, or that's just the game we play. But yeah. Definitely, I think King Eevee would have had this with the Corviknight right off bat. But yeah, that is pretty much gonna be that. So that covers the semifinals. So for the finals of the Bushido Gang Draft League, we are going to be having the Dubai Dragapults versus the New Mexico Ludicolo's. I am so sorry for this late recording of this, or this late upload of this. Honestly, I should have had this done like last week. But again, just got distracted with school and just like other stuff, so I was just like, all right. And again, I really did want to have like I really didn't want to have just me recording this. I really did want to have like more people in this discussion, but it's fine. And also, I did want to record these games live as well. I mean, I think Helmy did try to record it live, or at least my game live. But yeah, it's fine. For the finals, I do want to try and have that live as well, or I want to try and have that live so that way, you know, like, everybody can watch the game, and then I could actually, you know, like, talk about the game with some other people in the chat, or not just in the chat, but just like, you know, recording the game live. But hopefully we can do that when the finals happens. But yeah, that's gonna be that, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokeamino, and check out my Smogon profile. All those links will be down in the description. So again, congratulations to both players for making it to the finals. This is gonna be a really intense game. I already feel it. I'm already feeling it. I'm very curious about how both of them are gonna play. But yeah, I haven't really decided when the finals are gonna be. I mean, I wanted them to be like, since September's about to end, I wanted it to be like, like the last week of September, which it pretty much is right now. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have the finals out the way. But yeah, that's that, guys. Peace out. Be safe. Wash your hands, and I will see you for the finals of the Bushido Gang Draft League. Peace.